So I was doing my morning routine this morning. I took my shower and then I went to go meditate. And in my meditation this morning, I had this thought that came into me. When we are first conceived, the first organ to be developed is our heart. And I got really thinking about that in the meditation. If our heart is the first thing to be developed, how absolutely vital must that be? That is our starting operating system, right? But at some point, we forget how important our heart is. We forget all of that and start living in our head, processing through our head, letting our head lead us in life instead of our heart. Just follow my logic here and see if it resonates with you. We spend so much of our time in our head, thinking our way out of problems, living in our heads about self-doubt, thinking that we are not enough, thinking that we have no gifts to share with the world, doubting ourselves, thinking we are unlovable, thinking that there's something has to be wrong with us, thinking that we are not worthy, thinking that we cannot have financial abundance, thinking we're not smart enough, we're not talented enough. All that comes from here. Think about what's happening in the world right now. None of that is being led by the heart. It's all being led by head and ego. All of that up here. So what if we made a shift in our life? What if we started leading by our heart? What if we started living our life and leading with our heart? Because the heart is never going to say you're not enough. The heart is never going to say that you don't have any gifts to share, that you're unlovable. Think about how the world would absolutely change if we lived in our heart. The heart doesn't have an agenda. The heart doesn't have the ego. When you live in your heart, there is no inner war to be happening. There's no outer war to be happening. Does that resonate? If we lived and processed in our heart, run that through the filter of your heart. If you do have a thought, run that thought through your heart. Think about how much more compassion we can have for not only ourselves, but the people in the world. Think how we can absolutely shift so much that is going on in the world if we just led with our heart and not our head. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying we, walk around not processing anything through our head. But what if we did the opposite and led with that first? Does that resonate? Does that make sense? It totally made sense to me this morning. And not to say that I wasn't aware of how important our heart is, but in that moment of meditation, it makes sense. Especially if you have so many negative thoughts about yourself, right? You are just in this endless loop, questioning and doubting yourself. Run it through your heart, because your heart's not going to lie to you. Your heart is only going to love you and support you. It literally supports your life, your body. Run it through the filter of truth in your heart, because you are enough. And we can provide so much love, not only to ourselves, but emanate that love out to the world. I hope you have a great, amazing, wonderful day. Do good things and be a good person. And in case no one has told you this yet today, you are worthy, you are needed, you are valuable, you are smart, you are loved, you are worthy of love.